Hello everybody, Happy New Year. It is literally the first day of the year and I am so happy that it's a very beautiful day and I am starting my year by doing what I love the most, which is making a video and sharing things with you guys. So I just made a video rounding up all the outstanding skincare last year. So this video I will be sharing with you guys the standout color or makeup products of 2018. So if you guys are interested, do stick around. So these are products that I discovered or I started using or were new launches in the past year and really have stood out for me. So this is gonna be quite random and I actually tried to wear everything that I'm speaking of. The products I will be showing you guys are actually the products I've worn on my face today, just to give you guys an idea of how they look. So I'm gonna begin with, this is super random you guys, with a blush. And this is not a new launch blush formula. This is a classic blush formula, but this shade to me this past year was the one I reached for the most. And it's by Chanel. It's one of their Juice Contrast blushes. This one is in number 390, Burnt Coral. I'm sorry you guys, I'm hoping it's not, but I think it was a limited edition from their summer 2019. This is how the color looks. It is exactly what the name suggests. It's a coral, but it looks more like it has more of a bronzy kind of reddish undertone to it. It looks like a burnt coral. So I have it on my cheeks right now, right here. This is how it looks when it's swatched. It looks pretty scary, but it's not. And that's how it looks. Actually, it looks scary. I swatched that quite heavily, but on my skin, it just really gives a very flattering complimentary color back, which allows me to skip bronzer. And honestly, contouring, I don't contour that much anymore. Very, very rarely. I like using a blush that brings warmth back to my skin, that doesn't pull too peach, too pink, or too girly. And this one, like, I can wear it all year round. So this is definitely a product that super stood out for me in the past. The next product I want to share with you guys are still blushes or complexion products, and this is slightly a little more reasonably priced. This is by the brand Jouer, and it's their duo. I think these blushes that are called, it's their blush duos that look like this, and they come with 2 shades. These are, honestly you guys, the quality of these blushes are amazing. The pigmentation is just on the dot, not too strong where you kind of like, if you even dab your brush slightly like more on the product, you're just gonna look like a clown. This is like, it beautifully applies without streaking, and you can build it up, but there's pigment. Like, it's also not the kind of blush where you hardly see any difference. So it's their duo blushes. These are amazing. I think these are 39 Canadian. So this one right here is the one in Terracotta Sands and Hot Coral. So this one I enjoyed in the summer a lot. And this one, which is Adore Me and Hold Me, is so good for a neutral kind of blush, which is really for anything, but especially for the winter when you don't want to look too bronzy. This is a perfect neutral. It really stood out for me in terms of quality, and I like the idea of having like a darker tone that you can use to kind of contour the cheeks, and then a lighter one to highlight. This one, and the Adore Me, the Hold Me color, is a highlight for my skin. That's how it looks. And I'm not gonna swatch everything you guys, but it's right here. So it's like a light pink. So when you layer it, it just gives you a bit more of a dimension to the skin. And like I said, I don't really reach for bronzers or blushers anymore. I just do like a couple of products to add dimension, couple of like color products to add dimension to the skin, and usually they're blush products. So these take away that guessing, and they really layer perfectly. Like you can put this, the lighter color, in the apple of your cheeks, and then the darker one just more on the periphery or on the contour, and it really shapes your face in a very natural way. And so these Jouer blushes stand out of 2019. For palettes, there were 10 million that were released, and I wouldn't say I got all of them, but I do have a few of the Anastasia releases, Anastasia Beverly Hills, and some limited edition from luxury brands. But there is one and only one particular palette that stood out for me. It's actually not just the palette, but this quad formula that was released that honestly, like, stand out of 2019. It's from Tom Ford. So this one is their 4-color eye color quad. This is a new formula which was released around the fall. I'm not so sure if that's the exact name, just the name, but ombre. Okay, I'm just gonna show you guys. So this one, the palette that I have is number 5, Double Indemnity. The reason why this caught my attention is because of first of all, the first thing that caught my attention was the color palette itself. It's just so different from everything that is in the market right now, which is a warm terracotta, orangey corals, reds, purples kind of palettes. I rarely see any just classic cool toned smoky eye kind of palettes, and this caught my eye. But more than that was the formula when I put it on. So this is what I have on right now. It is, pigmentation is on point. You get the color that you see in the pan, and it blends so beautifully. I will try to put the name somewhere down here in terms of which quads, I mean the category of this new quad release, because when this came out there was only 3 quads made in this formula, and it really is different from the original ones that I have, the Tom Ford ones, which are good, but this one that they came out with is beautiful. So this Tom Ford palette in Double Indemnity was definitely a standout. Okay, eye pencils or eyeliners. There's 2 that I think were amazing standouts for me that I just added. I started using this past year. This one is a new release from Tom Ford as well, about the same time that they released this palettes, the new formula. So this one is the Tom Ford Emotion Proof Liner. Everything in this range is beautifully made, you guys. And the one that I got is in 09 Brute Rose, which is like a rose gold, I guess. So this is how it looks. This is how it looks. I like using it mostly to highlight my to line my inner corners. And actually you can use it as well in your brow bone if you just want to do a little highlight. But I rarely do that. I really use it as a liner. I have it on right now. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have it on in my inner corner. I just line it and it just opens up the eye really beautifully. Formula is so good. It's very creamy and it doesn't streak or pull my skin. The next one in the same vein in terms of formula and how easy and creamy it applies is a classic. It's the Chanel long-lasting eyeliner waterproof. And this one is just a number 88 Noir Intense, which is the black intense. It is not a sharpened one. It's just one of those things that you twist up. So you don't need to sharpen, but I absolutely love how intense this liner is. It almost is like applying a gel liner. I love Japanese liners. I do have a couple of them, the Japanese gel liners that come in very, very fine, like 0.5 millimeter, you know, fine points, but it can get pretty hard. It can get pretty hard, oh my god, when it's that fine. But this one is just perfect for me, and this is what I have on my eyeliner right now. It intensifies my eye and defines my eye in just the perfect way that I like, without using a liquid liner or a gel liner and having to fuss with a brush. So this really stood out for me. Now for a few complexion products. I'm gonna begin with a concealer, which I just recently added, and I will be sharing this with you guys in the next video I'm gonna be uploading. So I took a trip to Asia recently and I did an Asian beauty haul. This is one of the products that was included there, and unfortunately you can only get this in Asia, but this to me is the best concealer I've ever tried in my life. So this is also made in Japan, and previously, like, my holy grail concealer is by Clé de Peau. It's these I have two of them. These Clé de Peau stick foundation concealers. And this is just as good with like half the price. This is called the Shiseido Spots Cover Foundation. Comes in this packaging. I hope you guys can see that. This is made in Japan. Japanese make the best concealers in the world. Full coverage. Like, no messing around, full coverage without getting so heavy. So the shade that I have is in H100. This is how it looks, and it's just a game changer. I've been using it daily since I purchased it, and it is the best concealer in the world. So if you guys get a chance to go to Japan, or somebody is, or you can find it somewhere with like an eBay or Amazon, just try this out. The Shiseido Spots Cover Foundation. Okay. So the next complexion product that really stood out for me this year is from Dior. This is a powder product. This was launched, I think, the fall of this year. This is the Dior Skin Mineral Nude Matte. And this to me, I mean, it's similar to like MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, obviously, because it's a mineral powder, but those are the kinds of finishes that I think are beautiful for setting the skin. I have it on right now. I mean, I honestly think that mineral finish powders or mineral baked powders just set the skin more natural and more beautifully than even a translucent powder. This one doesn't disappoint. I think the finish is even a notch above the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, which is a classic. And the shade that I have is in number 2. Unfortunately, it just comes in 3 shades right now. But this is the color that I have. Yeah, and you can see this had the Dior Nude like logo there, but I've been using it daily, so it's gone. And yeah, I love this for setting my skin or whatever. If I'm using a cushion or a full coverage foundation, either whatever, however much coverage I have on or whatever complexion product I have on, this powder just really sets it so beautifully. It looks very like polished without looking made up. That's it. And then another standout for me is a lip gloss, and this one is a one-off. I would not replenish this. I will not use this every day because it's just an insane price point, but it's beautiful. And I do have it on right now. This is a Christian Louboutin lip gloss. I think this is in Dora. I can't believe I forgot the name, and I just actually threw the box the other day. I think this is in Dora. I will reference my unboxing video of this lip gloss. This was 115 Canadian. Yeah, crazy. So it is cheap, but the formula is beautiful and the finish is beautiful. This is what I would call like a special lip gloss if I was probably going, I don't know, just special. I won't use it every day. So this is how it looks, you guys. This is it right here. If you guys can see the sheen. I have it on, and it's very comfortable on the lip. It has a little, let me get a better swatch, right? The finish is like glass lips, and it's a very comfortable formula. The formula is good. I like the finish it gives, and it's a pretty gloss. It's very pretty, and it's not too nude or neutral, so this really stood out for me in the past year. And last but not the least, you guys, I want to share a lipstick with you guys. and it's the only one I'm going to mention because it's the only one that really stood out this year. And it's not a nude lip. It is actually a classic red lip, and this one is from Dior. I already have, I'm sure you guys have heard of Rouge Dior 999, which is the classic red from Dior, and I have a couple of them in the different finishes, and my favorite one was the Rouge Dior Matte in 999. I think that is the most classic universal red lip, and I didn't think it could be outdone until this was released this fall. This is the Ultra Care Liquid formula. I would say this is similar to the Rouge Dior Matte in terms of the finish. This is not a gloss or a high shine, but it just is a full coverage, full pigmentation on one application without dipping it back down. But it is the most like even colored red application that I've seen on my lips, and I think I did a video on reviewing this, and I will link that down below as well. So that is it, you guys. I feel like that was so fast and I might be forgetting something, but those are really the products, makeup products that were standouts in 2019. I hope you guys found this video interesting and informative. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below if you want to ask me anything about any of the products. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day or a great evening.